The IAA Mobility, a place where people come together, where the innovations of tomorrow are created and experienced by professionals and the public. A place where it's all about mobility, where you meet the most innovative and forward-thinking people, with diverse approaches channeled towards one goal: a brighter mobility future. The IAA Mobility 2025 gives you access to global mobility leaders and insights from top visionaries. One place, endless opportunities. Today, we have the power to influence the world we wake up to tomorrow. Are you ready for what's next in mobility? This September, Munich City Center turns into a dynamic mobility festival. Experience and test drive the mobility of tomorrow. Connecting, smart, and simply exciting for everyone. Because the way we keep moving matters. It connects us to each other and the world. Whether you come for business, for sustainability, or for fun, this is your place to be. It's all about mobility.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to our press conference today here out of Munich. In just about 2 months, on September 9th, 2025, the IAA Mobility will kick off in Munich. Press Day is on September 8th, so you're very welcome to join us here. If you haven't accredited yet, you can do so online via our website. The link will be shown on the display at any time. And we can wait to see you here. From September 9th to the 14th, the IAA Mobility will take place in Munich at the Summit, on the Fair of the Messe Munich exhibition grounds, and in the open space in the city center. Few events in the world bring together economic power, societal debate, and visions for the future with such focus as the IAA Mobility. In these challenging times, we need platforms that provide direction. And I promise you, the IAA Mobility will be a global catalyst. We will send a signal of a new era, of the power of innovation and passion, and the strength that lies in unity. Before I introduce you to our main speakers on stage today, a quick note. You can submit your questions in the chat at any time. Please include your name and your media outlet. We will have the Q&A at the end of the press conference, so we will see us again then. Let's get started for now. In the following sequences, you will see Hildegard Müller, President of the VDA, Jürgen Mindel, VDA Managing Director for the IAA, Stefan Rummel, CEO of the Messe Munich, and Dr. Reinhard Pfeiffer, also CEO of the Messe Munich. To begin, we will hear from Hildegard Müller, President of the VDA. Please.
Yeah, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Also a warm welcome on my side. In 2025, one thing remains true. Economic upheavals and geopolitical shifts continue to define our daily lives and present us with new challenges, while many existing tasks remain unresolved and demand our attention. In these times, which are unsettling for many, we need not only a strong and innovative economy, but also a clear perspective, a vision for the future, and the ability to bring people along. We need reliability and trust. We need anchors. IAA Mobility is such an anchor. It has been for over 100 years. Exhibitors showcase their innovations and world premieres here. They do so because they know IAA is the right place for it. Here, they can reach the world. From here, they generate global attention, send international messages and signals, and demonstrate their capabilities. This year, once again, we will send a signal of strength and confidence, backed by world premieres and innovations. Our IAA, it endures, it's an anchor through economic crisis, technological and societal transformations, and historic turning points. IAA has proven time and again that it's more than a traditional trade fair. And IAA continues to evolve in a dynamic and modern way. IAA is the global showcase of our industry, an industry whose work creates prosperity. Prosperity and growth in Germany as well as all over the world. The German automotive industry is a unique engine of innovation. In Germany's patent rankings, all top 10 companies come from our industry. We are building the future for us and the whole world. We are making mobility climate neutral and digital. The numbers show it, as do the investments. 320 billion euro in research and development alone over the next 4 years, and 220 billion euros in factory conversions. When people around the world think of Germany, they also think of our cars. Our brands have a powerful global appeal, standing for the pinnacle of engineering, the highest quality and uniqueness. We are constantly reinventing ourselves, and our employees impress with their passion. Trust in our industry, in the highest safety standards, is valued worldwide. That is something we can and should be proud of here at home. A sense of pride and identification with this key industry also fosters cohesion and a shared interest in preserving the prosperity we create. What we are capable of, what the companies in the mobility sector can do, is especially evident at events such as IAA Mobility. We not only develop technologies and solutions for the future and collectively create climate-neutral mobility, we also show that the integration of different modes of transport is an opportunity, again, for everyone, and that we share the same expectations for the regulatory framework. We are closely aligned with the realities of people's life. Mobility means participation, and at IAA we showcase the mobility of tomorrow, whether at the summit and conference at the exhibition grounds or in the unique open spaces in downtown Munich. Our companies are leading the way in sustainable mobility, autonomous driving and climate-neutral production. We export our success to the world, creating growth and jobs. The diverse challenges of our times, especially for an industry in the midst of such a fundamental transformation, demand clear answers. We provide these answers by focusing on innovations and investments. This applies not just to the auto industry, but to the entire mobility sector that gathers in Munich to send a signal of progress, a signal that we deliver, that we are shaping the future here, at home and globally. And in the many conversations I've had with a wide range of exhibitors from all over areas, whether it's public transportation, last mile solutions or bicycle exhibitors and many more, one thing has become clear. We need strong political programs for locational attractiveness and competitiveness so that we can unleash our full potential in the future. We all share common interests, maximum of digitization, a paradigm shift from data protection to data utilization, with consumers making sovereign decisions. In doing so, we uphold the highest standard for data security. We need maximum bureaucracy reduction and deregulation so that we can act faster in a world that is changing at an ever-increasing pace. We need energy prices that are internationally competitive. Everything that creates growth must be addressed, and if we demand this together, our leverage is even stronger. And that is what we will do in Munich. It is time for a change in mindset, and on different levels, a change in mindset where politics relies on trust in companies, not mistrust. A change in mindset that reacts to geopolitical realities, that opts out flexibility and pragmatism when necessary. One that unleashes potential, not restricts it. And a change in mindset that gives us all new sense of self-confidence again. A self-confidence that ultimately motivates every individual to go the extra mile, because they want to, because they are proud of that it can be achieved together, because they are proud in the industry they work for. Mobility is a central factor for growth, no matter where in the world. Growth is only possible with more mobility. Mobility and the options it provides not only means more freedom for even individual, but where mobility grows, growth emerges, new perspectives are created. Societies become more innovative and diverse people are brought together. IAA Mobility is the place where we showcase all of this. It shows what is possible. It shows that major innovations are and must be born here. Our industry and everything connected to it secures millions of jobs. It is a crucial foundation of our prosperity. Our industry is unique. IAA Mobility shows our industry thrives on positive curiosity, exchange and diversity. This is what defines our competitiveness. It ensures that the brightest minds come to us from all over the world. The motto of IAA Mobility is "It's all about mobility." And that reflects the spirit of this event, because each of us take on every role. Everyone is a pedestrian, a train passenger, a cyclist, a bus rider, a car driver, a subway rider, a scooter user, or an airline passenger. Every form of mobility is needed and is indispensable. We cannot afford to pit interests against one another. Connected, innovative, climate neutral and future-proof mobility can only be achieved together, not in opposition. And that's why I'm especially looking forward to this year IAA Mobility. It will not only be an anchor in dynamic times, but also a fireworks display of our industry's innovations, a signal of progress and community, a moment on which we can feel proud of what we can do and achieve. Dr. Reinhard Pfeiffer and Stefan Rummel, CEOs of Messe Munich, will shortly tell you how important events are for our industries. But first, I'm pleased that Oliver Zipse, CEO of the BMW Group, will give us a brief insight into what IAA means for his company.
The IAA Mobility is a must-attend event because it is one of our industry's very few truly global platforms. Especially today, it is important to enter dialogue and to jointly tackle tomorrow's challenges. And not to forget, because Munich is always worth a trip. The IAA Mobility sends a clear and strong dynamic signal to the world. It shows how important mobility will remain. With its pioneering spirit, the automotive industry is a cornerstone with tremendous impact. It is a key driver of growth and progress, and its products spark joy all around the globe. At IAA Mobility in September, we will showcase the future of BMW, our first series model of the Neue Klasse, the BMW iX3. We have been working towards this moment for years, and there is no better platform to launch the iX3 than IAA Mobility 2025.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Müller. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Messe München and my co-CEO Dr. Reinhard Pfeiffer and I, we would also like to extend a very warm welcome to today's press briefing. The year 2025 is a very special one for Messe München. We will host 8 of our 12 leading global trade fairs, as well as more than 100 other major national and international events and congresses on our fairground. This is an occurrence that happens in this form only once every 12 years. Therefore, we are particularly pleased to be the host of IAA Mobility this year, because in 2025, the world is once again our guest in Munich. The global economy and its key industries will meet here in our exhibition halls, and we expect more than 2.5 million guests from all over the world to come together here in their search for new solutions and offerings. In these challenging times, there are 3 key insights we would like to share with you. Number 1, trade fairs are more relevant than ever. In an age of digital communication, people's desire for face-to-face communication is unwavering. This is what we call creating meaningful handshakes. Number 2, innovations start here. New technologies and products, creative solutions, and innovative cross-sector connections emerge from exchange and make their way from Munich out into the world. Nowhere else can the innovations and technologies of tomorrow be better understood, grasped and tested today than here at our events. Number 3, trade fairs have always been a place for optimism and confidence. In challenging times, courage is shown to defy crisis. This year, a loud call for new beginning will come from our exhibitors and guests in Munich. And so, we are even more delighted that IAA Mobility is also taking place in this mega trade fair year. Because in many ways it stands for exactly that. The enthusiasm and joy people find in trying things out, gathering information and engaging in constructive dialogue are at the heart of it all. It is a unique and innovative concept that connects business, society, politics and technology, opening itself up to experience and exchange.
Our leading trade fairs in particular show how integrated and interconnected industries and their work in building the future are. The topics of sustainability, digitalization and AI are the key topics at many our fairs and significantly shape industrial value creation. For example, at Automotive, our leading global trade fair for robotics and automation, which has just concluded, we showcase the technological foundation for many core processes in automotive production and development. And we also discussed innovations in the field of smart automotive. The concrete application of these solutions is then displayed at IAA Mobility. And our leading global trade fair for the electronics industry, Electronica, is holding the Electronica Automotive Conference for the very first time as part of IAA Mobility, bringing together decision makers from both key industries. The concrete application of this solution is on display at IAA Mobility. Networking fosters further development, and that is why this year IAA Mobility is the opportunity to redefine a showcase and thus to think about mobility in an integrated way. What was once a side-by-side existence of different modes of transport is now becoming an interconnected ecosystem of mobility solutions. At IAA, major players meet local providers, international corporations meet SMEs, and tech startups meet the auto industry and energy companies. It is precisely this convergence that makes progress possible. Trade fairs create connections and provide answers to the questions of our time. The IAA demonstrated this even 100 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, the film made it clear. Innovation and high performance are in the DNA of the IAA. Events like IAA Mobility are traditional places of progress. They are catalysts for new ideas. For over 100 years, the IAA has been exactly that, the home of innovation and performance. IAA was and is the most important platform for mobility innovations. That will also be the case in 2025. We are delighted that the proportion of international exhibitors is higher than ever before, currently over 55%. It is particularly gratifying to see not only familiar manufacturers and suppliers again, but also the return of Korean automakers like Hyundai and Kia, and many Chinese manufacturers, for instance, who will be guests of IAA Mobility for the first time. Briefly, to recap our IAA concept, which is already well known to you. The IAA Summit at the exhibition grounds is a central meeting point for decision makers and innovation drivers from all over the world. Here in the B2B area of IAA Mobility, innovation meets investment and strategic partnerships. Everyone benefits from this. Our concept has been received with enthusiasm. Some companies are tripling their booth spaces compared to 2023. The BMW Group and the Volkswagen Group are prime examples, as is Mobileye. These brands are investing heavily in their presence at the summit. Other brands are maintaining their large booths. The diversity of exhibitors and partners is enormous. Alongside the major manufacturers, leading suppliers and tech companies are represented. Names such AWS, Bosch, CATL, Continental, Mobileye, Samsung and ZF Friedrichshafen, many hidden champions from Germany's industrial Mittelstand, as well as new exhibitors and partners like 3M, i2 and TOC, underscore the breadth of the offerings. Google will also be present this year with its own booth at the IAA Summit. I'm now pleased that some of them will give us a small glimpse of what awaits us this year at IAA Mobility. Next up is Wieland Hohlfelder, VP Engineering from Google Cloud.
Hi everyone, I'm Wieland Hohlfelder, Vice President of Engineering at Google and the site lead for our Google Engineering Center in Munich. From here, we work hand in hand with the German and European automotive industry, and that is why I'm absolutely delighted that IAA Mobility is again coming to town in 2025. The IAA Mobility is a must-attend event because it is where the minds shaping tomorrow converge and define the path forward, from key decision makers to visionary innovators. And IAA Mobility offers an invaluable pulse on an industry that is critical for Germany and that undergoes a deep transformation. We're looking forward to discussing how technology and especially AI powered by Google can help in this transformation to accelerate growth, competitiveness, and innovation. The IAA Mobility sends a clear and strong dynamic signal to the world, which shows that Germany, as a leading automotive nation, remains a global hub for mobility thanks to its inventiveness, world-class research, and exceptional talent. And it also shows more than ever the role of technology and AI built on scalable and secure cloud infrastructure like Google Cloud in creating a more connected, intelligent, and sustainable world for everyone. At IAA Mobility in September, we will showcase the transformative power of Google AI across the entire automotive value chain, from fundamental research and development to personalized in-car experience and intelligent manufacturing. And leveraging Google's advanced AI and data analytics capabilities, we will demonstrate how Google AI is enhancing vehicle design and simulation, optimizing production lines for efficiency and quality, enabling advanced features in connected vehicles, including AI agents and enhanced navigation, and ultimately redefining how automotive companies operate and innovate in the era of software-defined vehicles. We at Google are very much looking forward to seeing you all at IAA Mobility 2025.
You can see the enthusiasm, the confidence, the spirit of optimism among the companies. A powerful signal from Munich. At the IAA Summit, we also offer visitors specific thematic routes. Via the app and the website, trade visitors can focus on key areas such as software-defined vehicle, connectivity, IoT and big data, autonomous driving, decarbonization, battery tech or smart city mobility. In parallel, numerous professional events are taking place. Guest events include the leading Chinese World New Energy Vehicle Congress and event by E.ON, one of the topic of energy supply. This year, numerous startups will again present their latest trends and innovative solutions. Spread across 3 startup areas in halls A2, B2 and B3, they will showcase demo vehicles and novel concepts. These include advanced AI technologies for autonomous driving, low-emission battery, recycling processes for decarbonization, and intelligent mobility solutions for modern cities. Also represented are startups with ideas in the areas of software-defined vehicles, battery techs, connectivity, IoT and big data, and many other of the mobility topics. The startup areas offers direct contact with founders and innovators. A visit is well worth it. In 2023, 90% of visitors rated the startup areas as one of the top sections of IAA Mobility. Ladies and gentlemen, we are convinced it's all about mobility, and the IAA Summit is a central pillar of this. And alongside the performance showcase that can be experienced there, the IAA Conference forms another central pillar. Here, the key questions about the future of mobility are asked and answered together, with leading experts from all over the world. Over 500 international speakers will share their insight in more than 200 program sessions. We offer keynotes, discussions and fireside chats on 5 stages. A conference experience for decision makers. Access is included for all summit ticket holders. The IAA Conference covers all the main topics of IAA Mobility, from software-defined vehicle and autonomous driving to the circular economy and smart infrastructure. Here, CEOs, visionaries and policymakers discuss the mobility of tomorrow. The thematic focuses range from Europe's competitiveness and the transformation of mobility in the context of OEMs and suppliers to multimodal mobility and new partnerships. Technologically, we are focused on software-defined vehicles, autonomous driving, semiconductors, charging infrastructure and battery technologies. Other formats cover smart infrastructure, cycling, micromobility, circular economy and female leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, IAA Mobility is more significant than ever. The automotive industry is demonstrating its innovative strengths, showing how the most widely used mode of transport is being further developed, taking on new tasks and functions, and driving change, whether with regard to climate neutrality or digitization. Our industry remains the focus of IAA Mobility, but, and I emphasize this, but no means as the only player. IAA Mobility is the global summit for all actors in forward-looking and sustainable mobility. Within this framework, all participants are invited to help shape the mobility of tomorrow. One of these participants is Mercedes-Benz. I'm therefore very pleased that Matthias Geisen, member of the Board of Management of Mercedes-Benz Group, AG Cells, will now tell us why IAA Mobility is so relevant for Mercedes-Benz.
The IAA Mobility brings together an entire industry, united by a shared passion for mobility. Mercedes-Benz has been at every IAA. It's a chance for us to connect, listen and create meaningful experiences for everyone, our customers and beyond, while making our brand tangible in public spaces. It's where new approaches meet real-world progress and where we showcase what pioneering spirit truly means. As the inventor of the automobile, we are looking forward to showing the world our latest cars and innovations. The future of mobility is being written right now. Electric driving, intelligent digital services and advanced driver assistance are becoming part of everyday life, and we're leading the way. At Mercedes-Benz, we believe innovation is about much more than technology. It's about delivering real value, comfort and joy to our customers. We want them to feel welcome, to feel at home whenever they get in touch with a brand. For nearly 140 years, our brand has been a pioneer, and that's exactly what we will share with the world at IAA Mobility. We will show what Mercedes-Benz stands for today and tomorrow, with some exciting premieres to celebrate. starting with the all-new fully electric GLC, a revolutionary new range that redefines comfort, exceptional performance and the first of a new design language. Plus, our all-new CLA family is with us, setting new benchmarks for efficiency and driving pleasure. And yes, we've got a few surprises waiting. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Munich.
Central to our concept and our approach is bringing people along, experiencing the mobility of the future, its many new facets, with all these many new facets and possibilities live. The IAA experience stands for this experience like no other event. This is often what makes the decisive difference. Take e-mobility, for instance. Anyone who has driven an electric car is thrilled. Experience convinces, experience creates touch points and overcomes reservations. The IAA experience brings all this together. It makes innovation tangible. A highlight here, for example, is the test drives. The demand from exhibitors this year was huge. The test drives in the open space in downtown Munich and at the summit on the exhibition grounds are already almost fully booked. A total of 22 exhibitors with 229 vehicles are registered, over 26% more than in 2023. In the open space, vehicles from Audi, BYD, Chery, Ford, Genesis, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, Polestar, Porsche, Smart, VW and other brands can be driven by visitors themselves. At the summit, vehicles from Bosch, GAC, Mahle, Qualcomm, VW and Xiaopeng will be available. Visitors will drive the vehicle there themselves, accompanied by trained personnel. The models will be viewable in the IAA Mobility app starting in August. Bookings can be made on site or through the exhibitors. A new feature is the ADAS telematics area for automated driving. We are seeing great interest here. Our exhibitors are offering demos rides where visitors can experience the latest technologies as passengers. A special project is the driver's license test for autonomous vehicles. Together with TU Munich and DEKRA, participating vehicles will be tested on a defined route. With the systems pass a driver's license exam, we are excited and confident. You can tell that IAA Mobility creates unique experience for both professionals and private visitors. Jürgen Mindel will shortly present our very first IAA Mobility Trend Index. What is also important to me? In the experience area, we are also focusing on the full spectrum of mobility. The cycling and micromobility area in the open space allows for testing e-bikes and bicycles on a course with real-life traffic models. A cycling test track in the English Garden offers around 4 kilometers course for test rides in a natural setting. Exhibitors such as Bike Leasing, Bosch, Can-Am, Riese und Müller and Schwalbe are represented there. Take advantage of this opportunity in this unique setting. I'm now pleased to hear from Sandra Wolf of Riese und Müller, who are participating in IAA Mobility for the third time and will explain why her company is taking part again.
It brings together key players from across the entire mobility ecosystem, from automotive to micromobility, and gives us the opportunity to showcase how e-bikes are shaping the future of urban transport. It's one of the few places where innovation, policy and user needs come together in one conversation. For us, it's not just about presenting products. It's about being part of a global dialogue on how we make cities cleaner, safer and more connected through smart mobility solutions. Mobility is transforming rapidly, and that intelligent, emission-free and space-efficient solutions like e-bikes are an integral part of this new reality. IAA Mobility demonstrates that the future of transportation is not just about faster or more high-tech cars, it's about rethinking how we move in our everyday lives. From urban last-mile solutions to sustainable commuting. The event shows that micro-mobility is no longer a niche, but a core pillar of the global mobility shift. The power of the community behind our brand. Our riders are more than customers. They are part of a movement for cleaner, people-centered mobility. At IAA Mobility, we'll highlight how we are co-creating the future of cities with those who ride with us every day.
The IAA experience makes mobility tangible. It connects innovation with interaction for every single of us, because mobility affects us all. In a moment, we will hear more about the program highlights in the open space, the heart of our mobility festival in downtown Munich. But now, the IAA Mobility Trend Index.
Ladies and gentlemen, mobility is made for people. The success of innovations depends on the needs and expectations of people. This year, IAA Mobility once again focuses on the user's perspective. For the first time, we are presenting the IAA Mobility Trend Index. This is an exclusive representative survey for which we interviewed people in key global markets: Germany, the United States, China, the United Kingdom, France, Italy and Spain. The survey gives us insights into people's attitudes towards mobility in 2025. I will present you just a few findings here. You can find all the details in the press materials we will be sending you. First, in the major Western industrialized nations, the car remains the most important anchor of individual mobility. In the United States with 55%, the United Kingdom with 38% and Germany with 37%. People expect the car to continue to be central to their mobility in 10 years' time. Second, our automotive industry enjoys enormous trust worldwide as a guarantor of prosperity and innovation. Approval in China is nearly 98%, but trust is also very high in Spain with 86% and Germany with 76%. Third, the transformation to electric mobility is firmly established in people's minds. In all Soviet countries, the electric powertrain is seen as the dominant drive system of the future, led by France at 70%, the United Kingdom at 55%, and the US at 50%. Fourth, people are open to the next leap, autonomous driving. The technology is perceived as a pivotal shift. The willingness to use driverless cars is very high, especially in China with 98% and also in Europe, for example in Germany with round about 50%. These are exciting data and just a small glimpse. Please take a look at the entire trend index and I can promise you, IAA Mobility will showcase exactly what people expect from the future of mobility. And we will provide the corresponding answers. Together, we can achieve more for every individual. A highlight of this year's IAA Mobility will be the open space in downtown Munich. Hildegard Müller will now tell you more about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, mobility creates, signifies and requires participation. In 2023, over 470,000 people visited the free open space in downtown Munich. The IAA Open Space transformed Munich's most prominent squares into a festival site for 6 days, offering innovative products, experiences, shows and entertainment. The concept is a hit with our exhibitors as the open space areas are already fully booked by the end of May. A central element of the open space is the Citizen Lab. Here, the IAA opens up a space for dialogue right in the heart of the city. And we have much more to offer this year, which we will present to you shortly. Before the CEOs of Messe Munich present the highlights of the open space, I'm pleased to introduce a video statement from Oliver Buhme, CEO of the Volkswagen Group.
The global mobility industry will get together in Munich to exchange and to excite. As Volkswagen Group, IAA is a perfect opportunity to showcase our solutions to the most prevalent mobility questions of our time. Solutions that will excite, fantastic vehicles that we will introduce as European market leader. Individual mobility and cars have a bright and exciting future, Optimism, power, and speed is what we need in challenging times. The new potential and power of Volkswagen Group as a global automotive tech driver. Together with our unique brands, we will demonstrate how we will make smart mobility affordable and exciting for people all over the planet.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the range of topics is vast. Whether it's bikes or cars, sharing or inclusion, artificial intelligence or sustainable traffic planning. In the Citizens Lab, mobility is considered from the most diverse perspectives and discussed together with the public. It will cover topics related to mobility, technology, AI, sustainability and inclusion. Numerous other initiatives and institutions will present themselves with interactive activities, talks and information booths. The Citizens Lab stands for open participation, exchange on equal footing and a shared look at the mobility of tomorrow, right at the center of Munich. IAA Mobility showcases and addresses the entire ecosystem of mobility. We mentioned it. The open space transforms the city into a festival. And for the first time, the Festival of Lights Munich will take place as part of IAA Mobility. This will illuminate the IAA evenings from September 9th to 13th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. each night. Important buildings in Munich city center, landmarks and squares on Ludwigstraße and Odeonsplatz will be made to shine with impressive light art and installations. For the first time, visitors in the open space can thus experience a festival of light, art and music late into the evening. There's also a very special offering for our youngest visitors, the Family Trail, a kind of scavenger hunt through the open space, a family program, a children's program and a music program. There is something for everyone. And of course, safety is the highest priority for the entire event. We are therefore working very closely with all relevant authorities and would like to take this opportunity to thank the emergency services and the city's public administration department for their constructive cooperation.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, mobility needs participation and is fostered by openness. At IAA Mobility, people can try things out, get inspired and discover new things. Everyone is welcome to get informed and try things out, as well as be entertained or to participate in the debates. For us, IAA Mobility is an example of what the events of the future could look like. As we said at the beginning, the world is meeting in Munich this year, and that is also true for IAA. We are delighted to be hosting this leading trade fair together with the German Association of the Automotive Industry. Nearly 500,000 people visited IAA in 2023, generating an additional 160 million euro in purchasing power for Munich and the region. However, the location benefits not only economically from the national and international audience, but also from professional and cultural exchange. To conclude, we now have a statement from an exhibitor who once again highlights the potential of IAA Mobility. Dear journalists, please welcome Dr. Peter Holtmann, Member of the Board of Management, ZF Friedrichshafen AG.
The IAA Mobility is the must-attend event because it brings together the brightest minds and boldest innovations in mobility. For ZF, it's the ideal platform to showcase how we are shaping the future of connected, comfortable, intelligent and sustainable mobility. The IAA Mobility sends a clear and strong dynamic signal to the world. It shows that mobility is transforming fast and ZF is at the forefront. With our global footprint and deep systems expertise, we are driving change across continents and technologies. At IAA Mobility in September, we will showcase our next-generation mobility solutions. Intelligent, software-defined, and ready for electrified and automated vehicles. Visitors can expect real innovations that are ready for the road.
Thank you very much. And now, dear journalists, we will begin the Q&A. You still have the possibility to drop your questions in the chat. Please do so if you have any questions. And let's get started. We have the first question out of Italy from Andrea Silvuni of ANSA. Did you ask Brussels executives and decision makers to visit the IAA and have a real deep meet with the reality of automotive?
Yeah, dear Andrea. At the IAA Mobility and IAA Conference, we invited plenty of German, European and other international acts and decision makers. The IAA Summit offers a unique opportunity to connect with the industry, policymakers and thought leaders.
Well, thank you very much. That was a short question and a very decisive answer. So the next question will be out of the editors from Bio World, and his question is, will the African automotive industry representatives meet again in Munich once again?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, we will once again have the IAA Africa Day with our Pan-African partner association IAA. And the event offers a platform for exchange between high-ranking representatives of the African and German automotive industry and provides insights into the current state and future of the automotive sector in Africa. Participants will gain an overview of activities in individual countries and emerging markets across the continent. Attendees will learn about opportunities for diversifying value chains and processing raw materials in Africa, and how the automotive industry can benefit from them. The event is aimed at representatives of OEMs and in particular representatives of small and medium-sized enterprises, such as suppliers. Confirmed speakers include VDA President, my side, and IAA CEO Victoria Backhaus-Jörling. Additional speakers will announced shortly. And we do have many exhibitors from Africa before the question came.
Exactly, because the IAA is as international as never before. Your questions were already done at that moment. There weren't so many questions, maybe due to the heat, which is all over Europe. We're a little bit less open to questions and wanted this to be over, or at least get a little bit outside and enjoy the weather. Anyways, I am happy that you were here today and that you took your time with us, that you asked your questions, and I'm looking forward to see you all in Munich in September. It's only a couple of months. We are hoping for good weather, maybe not as hot as it's today, but to make as many people as possible to come to Munich, into the city, to visit the open spaces as well as the fairground. You, of course, still have the chance to ask all your questions whenever you want to. We have the email shown below. At this email, you can always send your questions and we will answer shortly. And well, with this, no further ado, I want to say have a great day, take care, and see you soon in Munich. Bye-bye.